No, 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 no. I add that. Hello, everyone. We are back doing some more painting because that's what we're doing here. So, you want to chat? You want to whatever, talk about whatever you want. I am here. So, let's get into it. Let's get painting. Still working my Cathay. Just came back from getting my haircut. So let's do it. So feel free to say hello in the chat. That's what we're here for. Make sure everything's doing well with the stream here. All right, looks like we are live. Perfect. All right. What's going on here? There we go. For some reason, it auto default to members only. We just made that public so that we can get some people asking some questions, talking in here while I paint some models. Just because I have nothing better to do today. Although this is a pretty good day and time I get to come in front of you guys and just talk. There we go. So what's on everyone's mind today? What's going on? What are you working on? What do you want to talk about? What do you like and what don't you like about Warhammer the Old World so far? Because there's, to me, this game is fantastic. There's always some gripes here and there, but overall, this is the best edition. Well, one of the best editions. I think if they combine a couple things and change a couple things, especially with the magic, I think you will have literally the perfect game. But that's just me. Let me know if everything's working out in the chat or in the video here. The sound's good, everything like that, just because I'm not too sure. Let's see here. Let's paint. I think we go with some Rune Lord, maybe some brass on for their little igniters here, or is that going to be more like a copper? Maybe that's closer to a copper. Maybe we'll do a brass as the under, as the base, and then copper. Yeah, I think maybe that's what we'll do. We'll do that. Rory, what's up, buddy? Welcome to the stream. We're just chilling. We're just vibing. Just having a great time. That's all we're doing right now. You working anything at all? You painting anything? You're still at work? We'll do a little Rune Lord brass here, I think, on this. And we'll give it a wash after and do a little bit of a highlight on it. And I think that'll be perfect for the little igniters. Oh, nice. Are you a cyclist, Rory? Big old avid cyclist? Or are we talking about motorcycles? What are we talking about here? My kids will be home soon from school, so hopefully they don't make too much noise when they come home. I'm gonna buy my wife a birthday present. I'm just not sure. Well, I already technically gave her a birthday present a little while ago. We did a little early thing. But I gotta get something from the kids to give to mom. That's what we need to do. I'm gonna take the girls shopping with me a little bit here, and then we'll see what to get my wife. I like to ride my bicycle. I like to ride my bike. That's right. I know Queen. Grew up on Queen. My parents were Queen and Supertramp fiends, if you will. So we were inundated with it when I was younger, and I am happy that was the case. It's a great band. Models or a camera? Well, it's one of those things. Savior of the universe. Yeah, it's one of those things where if I buy her a gift, maybe I can use it as well. That's just terrible. It's terrible. You know what, Rory? I'm not taking your advice. You're gonna get me in trouble. Oh, you best not be telling me I'm Steve, okay? That's fighting words. I'll fight you. Or you saying Steve's my wife? That's a possibility. Steve and I will just be there, living our best lives, making Warhammer content. Well, Rory, what do you got going on after your hike there, or your bike ride? What are you gonna be working on today? What do you got going on? Yeah. Does it? Well, let's see. Oh, my phone's right there. It's recording. It's gonna be difficult. Do I have another phone here? I do. Just have a charge. Nope, it did. Well, that's not happening. No, it's okay. We're just chilling. I'm just here anyway. Just figured if I'm sitting here painting, might as well see if I can talk to somebody. My wife is at work still. My kids are at school. So I come and talk to you fine people. Whoever wants to listen while I paint. Yeah, I think I'm going to hit this with a little Rune Lord Brass for the little striker, and then I'll put a wash on it. Then I'll do a little bit of a dry brush with Hashput copper, and then I'll probably make the highs pop a little bit. I'm guessing. I'm not really too good at painting, but that's the plan. We're going to do that. And that way it gives a little bit of depth instead of just being one big piece of metal. Kind of give it a little bit of a highlight there. Ooh, very nice. Well, you have fun with that, and good luck in your game. Thanks, Dan. Yeah, gotta look fresh. Gotta look fresh. I was just saying it's my wife's birthday tomorrow. I already got her gift for me, but I gotta get her something from the kids. So we gotta figure that out for the kids. So I'm gonna be taking off later so that the kids can pick out a gift for mom. Hello to everyone joining us. If you don't know about this channel, we are Black Sigil Studios. We record and edit battle reports and upload them for Warhammer the Old World. If that's something that you are into, hit that subscribe button so you stay on top of when we do our releases. We do try to aim for 2 to 3 releases a month. And if I have extra time, of course, I'll throw some extra content up there. Right now, I am just painting up some Cathay. I do have a 1,000 point tournament that I'm going to be going to in October. So I just want to try to get as much as I can done on my Cathay now, so I'm not scrambling the last minute to try to get some stuff painted. I'm still haven't decided on my list I want to take yet. To be honest, it's between Cathay and Dwarves. But if I get the Cathay done, I think I would rather take Cathay because I haven't really played too much of them. And don't worry, I'm not taking any sort of cheesy balloon list to go. This is just a friendly tournament, I think. I don't even know what love eggs are. Is that like a British thing or whatever? European thing? What's a love egg? Oh, hang on. I would hope I kept this under the light, wouldn't it? There we go. Sounds like one. So are you playing the Chaos Warriors? Your mounted Chaos Warriors, or are you playing the Dark Elves? I see, it's light. Boom, boom, painting up some. That's way too much. Painting up some artillery crew. I can move on and do something else. Thank goodness. I'm about done with painting artillery crew. Where's my other one? Oh no, I guess there was only one of them. Oh, he's got a lot of metal on him. I gotta do. This guy's probably my favorite of the crew guys. This guy, look at him. It's just like the old guy just pulling the wheelbarrow. He loves it. I feel like the Khorne is going to have a rough time against the Dark Elves, only because, obviously, this is if it's a learning game, whatever. But Khorne Knights can be baited out by those fast Dark Riders very easily. Very, very easily. Ushapti, where are you? There you are. Kind of the one thing about no. It's probably the one kind of thing about Khorne now is that they're kind of screwed where they're gonna have to keep charging and like get baited out all the time. And then get charged and not get their 2 attacks. Where is he? There he is. But it's still, thematic wise, Blood for the Blood God, all that fun stuff. Khorne is still pretty fun to play. Especially if you're playing with a person that's just like, they're not playing the power game. So they'll just take a charge every once in a while just to keep things interesting. So using Ushapti Bone here for the kind of all their little like neck drapings and their cloth on them. Trying to keep that uniform. This is a little trickier to paint though with everything all around it. And then I'll probably wash it and then highlight it with Screaming Skull to brighten up the high points. I'm thinking probably using sepia as the wash. I don't want it to be like quite so dark with Agrax. So I think sepia will still keep it along the right tone I'm looking for. Yeah, we're going to do that. I'm hoping my buddy can come over soon. I've been wanting to get his High Elves on the channel for a little bit. Haven't played it. The High Elves haven't made an appearance yet. So maybe next video might be the first appearance of the High Elves. I'm thinking, even though I just did them, High Elves versus Skaven, like an Island of Blood kind of matchup. Might be a cool little next video. That's what I'm thinking. I can always record that one and upload that one later so it's not back-to-back Skaven. But we do love the Ratty Boys. The Rat Boys are a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun in my last video. If you haven't watched it yet, go check it out. Some interesting stuff kind of happened in that one. Classic Skaven going against the Orcs and Goblins. A lot of shenanigans, if you will. Oh, yeah, this guy looks dope. So dope. Oh, we're just going straight up heavy. Oh, we're going straight up heavy Cav, aren't we? Just smash into the lines. Love it. Corn also loves it. Blood for the blood god. What did I do? Oh, is this it? There it is. There's my lead belcher. Where I work, we have some mice that keep making an appearance every once in a while. I just assume they're just Skaven spies trying to, trying to check out what's going on above ground. Always got my eyes on them. I know they're not trustworthy. Paint and shovels. Anyone heard any good rumors about any releases coming up soon or anything like that? Heck yeah, the Canadian corn. Milk for the cornflakes. Syrup for the pancakes. Oh, I didn't paint that. Interesting. We had a couple people on here earlier talking about the world tournament that's going on over in the UK. We had a I think it was Swedish player, I believe it was. Man, that tournament is crazy. I know been talking with Rich Dowie After Dark about his list and tournament, trying to get his opinion on some tournament lists. I'm not really too big into the tournament scene, but I definitely want to kind of push into it, whether it's hosting tournaments, playing in tournaments, just more tournament knowledge, basically. Because I know it's a totally different way to play Old World. Your standard list generally will not work if you're trying to go for like top. Yeah, so like I'm really looking forward to that new like campaign book. I'm hoping there's going to be some cool stuff. The Border Princes do sound interesting. I've been hearing about that too, and that'd be a really cool little army list, I guess you can say, Arcane Journal, whatever it's going to be. Really excited about it. I'm excited about anything that's new coming to the Old World, because that means that GW is determined that, yep, this has definitely been profitable. We need to now start, funding more things for it. I just want more lore fleshed out. That's the main thing that I want. I want to get immersed in the lore. I'm super excited for Cubicle 7's release for the Old World like RPG game. I have their like fantasy one, and that was super cool. I loved it, and I'm really excited to get into like see if this Cubicle 7 game can really flesh out the Old World lore for me. So I would love to record like a little mini campaign in it that kind of starts off on like the RPG side, and then eventually expands out into like an actual like Warhammer game. That'd be kind of cool. At least I think it's cool. Yeah. We've been following a couple of Reddit pages about like Kislev and stuff, just all rumor mill stuff. And I mean, it would make sense that they're going to be the next official faction coming out. I can definitely see it being like a second edition release. That'd be really cool. Because they already have all the modeling done in Warhammer Total War, right? That's kind of where the Cathay came from as well. A lot of them was like the models that they had in Old World in Total War. So I'm sure they can just take those and then maybe some slight modifications and make them available for the actual models for the tabletop game. Yeah, so like me too, Ozzy. Like I'm super impressed with how fast they've been coming out, like the arcane journals and everything for the old world. I thought this was going to be spread out over a much longer time. It was going to be like, here, every 6 months, here's a book or something. But they have shown that they are serious about the old world. Even with some of the new kits, like mind you, they're not like there's not like a lot of new kits. Mostly new characters. I find every army tends to have one or two new kits as well. I think Bretonia had one. What did Tomb Kings have any new kit? Oh, I guess the dragon is a new one, which is pretty cool. I hope going forward that the dragon kits they do release are all like the same size dragons as what the Tomb King one is, because I love the size of it. It's nice and big and chunky compared to definitely the high elf dragons, the very slender dragons. I get why they did it, sure, but I want my dragons to be thick. I like them thick. Yeah, like I don't think any edition is going to be absolutely perfect. Like to think that you're ever going to game that's going to be absolutely perfect, I think is a little um far fetched. It's never happened, but yes, overall, great game, love it. Every game I've had so far has been like a really fun experience. Nothing's been the same. Again, I kind of wish the magic was a little bit different, but who knows? Maybe they'll become in a different edition. You gotta break everything down to like being very basic when you first bring out a game. Try to introduce new people. So I think GW did do it right in that regards, because like as much as us veteran players we're used to a lot of the old rules and stuff, um, it is nice now, like that we can what do I want to say here, that new players can come into the game and not feel overwhelmed with all this different stuff. Whereas us as veteran players, we're used to that kind of stuff. So I don't blame them for taking it out in order to eventually maybe build it back up down the road. Yeah, like I agree, Ozzy. So like again, I understand why they do it, because in order to justify the existence of a game, you have to see if it's actually profitable, and the only way to really do that is to keep it completely separate. I think anyway, because otherwise, how else are you going to get your metrics outside of tournaments and whatever? It's not like GW is walking around the stores and seeing like, hey, what's everyone playing here? They're just not doing that. They go based off of the numbers of what is being sold. So as much as I hate it, and I hate that like AOS is hanging on to certain factions because that's an AOS faction now. Um, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, is as we see the AOS like the new AOS kits come out, that they're just going to release all the legacy armies back into the game eventually. It would make sense that most of them do come back in some way or another. Like Vampire Counts makes 100% sense that they come back. Skaven, it would make sense that they eventually come back. Ogres makes sense they come back. Like now that you've kind of fleshed out the world to go all the way from the Empire all the way out to the Far East to go to Cathay. Even though they're trying to kind of play this off, it seems like it's more of a like the Silk Road trading type thing. You still opened up that world, and the ogres in the Mountains of Morn are right there. And same with technically, like again, the Chaos Dwarves are in that realm between the mountains, between where the dwarfs are there and Cathay. Like that's just all Chaos Dwarves. So like it kind of sucks that they're withholding certain factions when lore wise they are there in this world. So why aren't they being represented? Because of your own personal fight between your different departments? That's silly to me. People just want to play Chaos Dwarfs in Old World, so give it to them. Give them the old models. Who cares? It's not like you're even using the same models as you were for the Chaos Dwarfs, right? Like you're literally using a whole new range. So release the old Forge World stuff and release it again for Old World. Yeah, I'm still bitter about the end times too, Rory. That was very unfortunate. I was one of those people who unfortunately had a rage moment and sold all my stuff, which I regretted because I just bought back into it. Like we played 8th edition, up until Old World. Vampire Coast definitely is possible. I like that idea of Vampire Coast. If they don't bring back like the original like actual vampire counts and they bring back Vampire Coast, that's cool too. It's something totally different, 100%. The only thing is like Vampire Counts is such like a classic Warhammer fantasy like army, whatever you want to call it. They need to bring back Vampire Counts. Airby, I can take it or leave it. I mean, they've already expanded out to Cathay, which kind of really opened up the world. I always thought their focus was supposed to be they're focusing on the old world and that's it. So Araby, I don't think really fits into if the old world. I get they're going to be down south, kind of where the I'm assuming where like the Tomb Kings and stuff are, right? Like it's further south than that. I think if I geography is correct. But like to me, Dark Elves, for example, like a traditional Dark Elf army doesn't make sense in the old world. It just doesn't. There's no. We're not talking about a fight with Ulthuan. We're not talking about anything that goes on in like the New World between Lizardmen. It just doesn't make sense. So if they're gonna bring Dark Elves back, it needs to be more of like I think a Corsair themed, pirate list makes more sense than anything for that. I'm not opposed to them like rebranding different things. Yeah, and lizards as well, because like there are lizards of the Southlands, so those are down there. But again, like how far are we expanding the old world where you're just gonna have like you're gonna call it the old world, but now we are going all the way down south and all the way out to Ind. Like what's next? Is Ind gonna be next? Like are we gonna expand out to Ind? So I'm just not sure how far they want to expand that world because that just opens up a lot of possible factions. Now, don't get me wrong, the more factions, the better. But I think from a business standpoint, you don't want what happened with like Warhammer Fantasy initially, where you just had so much support, and then eventually the cost becomes too expensive to maintain everything, and then your sales aren't matching what you need them to, and they kill the game again. I like it being smaller. I do in the long run, but I still think like if they just folded in all the legendary factions and made them playable again, with some tweaks, I think that is a good start before we start expanding out to Araby or Ind or anything like that. That's just my 2 cents. But overall, yeah, like let's see which legacy armies need to come back like right away. I think vampire counts. If any of them come back, I think vampire counts need to be the first one that come back. They are right there in Sylvania. They are right there. They're also like there's different covens that are kind of all over the old world as well, kind of down with the dark or kind of dark elves. You got me talking about dark elves, Rory. Down with the Tomb Kings, they're down that way, down the mountains. So they vampire counts, in my opinion, needs to be the first one of the legendary armies that comes back. So demons, I think demons will eventually come back, but will be part of that. Like I think I just mentioned before, the like an invasion when Asfar Kul comes down, because demons aren't really around in this timeline yet. Like there's whispers of it, but there hasn't been the invasion of chaos yet that brings the demons forth. So if they bring demons back, I think it's going to be with like a campaign book of like the Great Invasion from Chaos, which then would be like Kislev would also be there. I think that would actually be a pretty cool release, Kislev, and then officially bringing demons back at the same time for the invasion type stuff. So yeah, like Skaven as well. Like they were very exactly centric to Warhammer. That they were like everywhere, right? They were all in the Under Empire. They were all around. They were the whispers in the Empire towns coming up through the sewers and all this other stuff. So yeah, I would love to see Skaven coming back. Dark Elves, I can honestly, as much as I love Dark Elves, they were my second army I ever collected. Um, Thematically, they would need to change in order to make them relevant in the old world. And what else do we have? Lizardmen, I don't think make much sense coming back, unfortunately. Ooh. Oh my gosh, I think you can hear my kids. Let me turn it down a little bit. So there's different armies that can come back. I think there's going to be some armies that just don't make a resurgence back into the game. Unfortunately, it's just the way it is. It's not a bad thing. Maybe they'll come out with something that makes more sense, like a dedicated Dogs of War army or something like that. Dogs of War used to be really cool back in the day. Just an army with just so many different rules that it was really fun and interesting to play them. I'm gonna mark down which ones I use for different things. I think it was this one. I realize I missed something here. Hopefully it's the right color. Looks like it will be. Yeah, that should be the right color. Sometimes that happens. I'm like, oh yeah, this is something else that I thought it was. I gotta go back and paint over it. Not the end of the world. Bad sound? Uh-oh. Like what? My kids just came home, so they just ran upstairs a little bit, and they're just banging their feet. But I'm gonna tell them to be quiet in here a second. Oh, oh, better? Is that better? Test 1, 2. Yes, let me know if that's better. All right. Give me 1 second.
Okay, broadcasting now.
Oh my lord. Sorry about that. I'm just telling my girls just to keep it down from stomping their feet so much. No, it was 100% just my I ended up turning the volume down on my mic to see if it was just going to be a little quiet so I didn't hear my kids as much. But it just overall made it way too quiet. That's not the one I want. That's the one I want. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not sure what it picks up and what it doesn't pick up. I see the sound moving on OBS and I'm just like, are they hearing that? Well, that's good news then. It's very, very good news. You ever get that when you're painting something and then like you touch an edge of it and just like wears off? That's such a pain in the butt. Yeah, exactly. Test complete. Now I know. I'm also playing around with all my cameras too, so like none of them are actually plugged into my computer. I've been messing around with my Wi-Fi, so everything is just literally, other than the OBS stream, that's hardwired, but the actual cameras themselves, like that camera there and then this camera there, they're all just Wi-Fi. So they're doing okay, I think. Yeah, if you guys start hearing my kiddos, just let me know. That way I know the kind of the stress test, if you will, of what's going on. Try and just do some snake bite leather, some contrast here. I've been kind of messing with the contrast a little bit on these models to try to see if I like it. Overall, I think the contrast paints are pretty cool. I was always so against contrast paints when I first started. I'm like, no, that's not the proper way to paint. But now that I use them, I'm like, oh, you know what? These are actually pretty cool. If I do say so myself. All right, let's get the gold out. Anyone else working on anything cool right now? Or is everyone just kind of chilling? Yeah, I feel like I need to get one of those sets of glasses. I really do. So what do you guys think about, I'm going to be going to a tournament. I know I said this before, but I've been given the go ahead to like record. So I think what I might do is do if I can get the room to record everything, like I have actually like I said, a camera up. Basically, what I'll do is I'll do like a sped up bat rep where it's just me doing a voiceover. Afterwards, kind of talking about what transpired or what's going on, what was going through my head there. If I can only take pictures, then it's just going to be pictures of what happened. Think there's any interest if I were to turn on to like kind of like a little narrative, like a little bat rep type thing with me just talking over? I see some other channels doing it. Just got the opportunity. I thought I might as well give her a shot. Sounds good, Ozzy. Getting close to being done with these guys, I think. They are coming along. At least done with the initial. I'll go back and do the highlighting and stuff after. So just want them to be camera ready at least for the beginning. Oh, I need the red for that. That just means that the model is going to be extra amazing. There's a little piece of your blood on it. That's what I always said. Especially when I used to play the old school chaos that were so friggin' pointy, holding on to something, and then you just like puncture your hand when you're trying to paint. That's way too thick. Color do I do the rope? I want to be a little bit different. I go brown might be too dark, but I might just do it anyway. It's like a nice little kind of tarred looking rope. Will give it a little bit different color of a brown compared to the snake bite and the side gore or the gore grunta. Yeah, gore grunta. that. That's a good thing. Get all Martha Stewart here. Just gonna add a little bit of chicory. That's a good thing. Was Martha Stewart a thing over in Europe? Anyone that's from Europe that's here? She has one of those like home, what do you want to call it? She had a bunch of like home like meal like cooking stuff, and I'm not sure she ever got to like gardening, but she was always on like the home and garden channels. Now she does stuff with Snoop Dogg, which I find absolutely hilarious. Yeah. I agree. I honestly think that dwarfs look great. They've held up over however many years, right? Like they've been crushing it. What else? What's the kit that I like from dwarves? The longbeards. The new longbeard kits I think look fantastic. I think those are a dynamite kit. I think the longbeards make what? Is it you can make longbeards or hammers out of that kit? And then the iron breakers and what's the other one? The iron breakers and iron drakes I think can be made from the other one, right? I think that's how it works. Something like that. Too much. I have been absolutely like I've always been a fan of iron breakers. I know they're not meta and like because they just don't have damage output and whatnot, but every time I use iron breakers in the game, they have done work for me. Not necessarily in like taking points, but denying points from the enemy. Like they can hold out for such a long time. Because what's the new rule with parry? Infantry can't get more than a is it a 3+ for general infantry? With like parry can't bring them below a 3+. If I remember correctly. That I haven't heard that a necro super mount. No. Um I'm hoping I've heard that they might give Tomb Kings an actual heavy cav based on the release of the model coming out, the the tomb prints on the mount, because otherwise, why would you ever take a tomb prints and throw them into a Uniskeletal Horseman? That's just a waste of money or waste of points. So I heard that it want to be. I heard they might be doing like a heavy cav to come out with that model, but who knows? Yeah, having a necro like on top of a necro serpent would be absolutely fantastic. Those are probably some of my favorite models from the Tomb King range. Is the necro serpent? They are dynamite. I don't know. I think he looks. What do you think? I think for just like a quick, I gotta do the ball still. But I think for just being a base contrast paint type stuff, I think he turned out okay. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Like it kind of sucks that most things in the Tomb King army only has light armor. Like even the Tomb Guard just get thwacked because they don't really have like if you're gonna use your halberds now you only got a 6-up save. It kind of sucks. I wish they would have at least given the Tomb Guard heavy armor. I feel like they need it. Yeah, more things need heavy armor, but I get it because like I don't think really in like if they're trying to go for that, they're trying to go for that Egyptian aesthetic, right? I don't think a lot of Egyptian armies back then they're trying to emulate had like a ton of armor. I wonder if I just use the contrast black on here, if that's going to be enough. Just, I don't know, probably too dark. Let's see. I don't want the ball to be black. I want it to be more of a stone color, so I may have to just go away from a contrast paint to do that. Which is fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, it's going to be too dark. Darn it. I'm not going to be Black Cannonball. To heck with it. It's my model and I paint it how I want. Right. Could you imagine being down in the deserts of Egypt wearing full plate mail? Trying to survive? No, thank you. Oh, really? Cool. Well, I figured it was recreation. Unless you're like Marty McFly or something. Arizona. Arizona is a state in the United States. Very, very hot. Southern states. No! Well, let's wipe that up. Poop. No, you know what? Heh, that cleaned up rather easily. Thank God it's so watered down. And that, my friends, is why you should always move stuff away that you don't need there. Because that happens. But OGCC, thank you so much for stopping by. Hey, just wanted to pass by to say that I love your battle reports. Man, that's awesome. I'm so glad you're enjoying them. It means a lot for to hear that. I love hearing that people are enjoying the videos for sure. So thank you so much for stopping by. Ha! Glad you're loving the vibes, man. We try to keep it kind of like kind of relaxed around here. We're pretty chill. We get rules wrong. It happens. There's so much to know, but I love that the community kind of calls out, says, "Hey, this is how it's done." I love it. I love that you guys are enjoying it, and we're not stopping. We're gonna keep going. No, I love hearing that people are enjoying the videos, man. It warms my heart. All right. Well, OGCC, if you're still here, where are you from? You from North America? You from Europe? I had a guy from South Africa reach out to me. That was kind of cool. Honestly, one of the best things, Spain, awesome. One of the coolest things about doing this whole YouTube thing is that being able to interact with people from all over the world has been pretty awesome. Like my job, I interact with people from all over the world, so like that's in a professional setting. Living in Valencia, ooh, very nice. It's very cool that my videos are reaching out to Europe and around the world. It's a really cool feeling knowing that there's people out there from all parts of this earth that are watching and commenting and enjoying the content. Yeah, I will say that like everyone, and I think it's because like overall, I think the majority of people that play Tau are like they're not super cutthroat. Like you know what I mean? Like you kind of get that in the in I don't want to again poo poo on another community, but like the 40K community and like stuff that's very very hardcore competitive. I find they're a lot more cutthroat. Where I may be speaking, you know, out of turn here or whatever, but I find that the majority of people that I talk to that play Tau, they just want to have a good game and just kind of relax setting with some friends, and that's kind of for the most part how it is. There's obviously the tournament scene as well, but it doesn't seem as crunchy and grindy and whatever as other games, which I absolutely adore. I love this community. I love the old world. I love everyone that's in it. Everyone is fantastic. You run to the odd person who has, I don't know if they got something to prove or whatever, but I can tell you right now, I'm almost 40 years old. I got nothing to prove. I'm just here to have a great time. That's all it is. That's awesome. I dabbled in 40K for a little bit, and I always just came back to fantasy. Just I like the setting. Like I said, the setting's a little bit nicer. Don't get me wrong. The lore in 40K and 30K is really fleshed out. It's really good. I've been grinding. I got sent a bunch of audiobooks, which I'm going to start listening to on my next rotation because I got to work some midnight shifts coming up. But I love how fleshed out the lore is. Whereas I'm hoping Old World will eventually get to that point. Hopefully, but who knows? Yeah, I used to collect oh, my brain. 1,000 Suns for 40K, and I still have my 1,000 Suns for 30K. I don't have any 4K stuff anymore, but I still have my 1,000 Suns for 30K. I need to get that going eventually too. I've been thinking about recording other games as well. 30K is not there. Like I don't want to copy Mountain Miniatures to 100%. So I don't want to touch 30K. But I've been thinking about doing some more stuff. Maybe something historical, just not necessarily for like I'm not planning on making any money off it or anything, but just because it's fun. I really like Bolt Action as like a little beer and pretzel, like quick kind of game. I think that one can kind of translate pretty well to being recorded. It's not overly in depth with rules where you have to like be constantly looking stuff up, making sure you're doing it right. I feel like 30K has a lot of, but just new. But there seems like there's a lot of rules to it, which is great. I like in-depth games for sure. Oh, nice. Yeah, I played for a long time. I haven't. I played first edition, second edition. Haven't touched third. Yet. So I definitely want to get into it. I've just been focusing on this right now. But I still have. I have an American Airborne Army. I've got my Waffen SS, and then I was building before I stopped. I was building a Africa Corps, and then I've got Italians and Russians. But the German one by far is the has the most stuff. How are you liking third edition? I was kind of hesitant with a lot of the like the army comp changes. That's why I haven't really got into it yet, but I've heard good things. Yeah, it's an improvement. That's good to hear. Because I have how many bins do I have? I've got like two big bins of like foreground terrain, so all the buildings and stuff. I've got a bunch of those. I've got rows. I just went terrain heavy on that game. That's where I found it was super fun. Build hold like town, a section of a town. And it was just nice because like you got people moving around the board a lot. The more terrain you had, instead of just being bunkered down from the other side of the map and just shooting at each other. It's really fun game, especially when you add objectives that forces people out of the cover. Like the whole strategic use of like, you have like your machine guns. Um, you have like your machine guns nest that your main machine guns that are kind of there in a placement, pinning stuff down. But then it's like, oh crap, how do I deal with this? I need to send a mortar around into it and keep zeroing in. Like it's just really cool. Does indirect fire still work on like a 6+ and a 5+ and a 4+, and then when you zero in, it's a 2+ always after that to hit? Is that still a thing? I mean, I think there's maybe some fan made rules that are coming out with some more factions, but I mean, it's kind of the pivotal point of when chaos, like the corruption happened. But you're right. In the end, it's the majority of it's just Space Marines for Space Marines, but they have some pretty cool models and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I think the game is cool. I'm gonna let it simmer for a little bit before I decide to if I want to jump into 30K. I want to sit down and actually like figure out the list building stuff because that seems quite complicated. I'm sure once you get the hang of it, it's rather easy. But I want to sit down with it and really understand the proper list building techniques and everything. Okay, but to be fair, the Imperial Japanese Army, like the whole Banzai thing, that was way too powerful before. I'm not sure what the nerfs are now, but if that's what they nerfed, I don't blame them. It got kind of silly with everyone taking the bamboo stick fighters and then just like, because I think did they have Tough Fighter back in previous editions? And then you just like Banzai charge at everyone. It was a little bit oppressive. Just because of like how quick and dirty the combat was in bolt action. Hey, I dealt more wounds than you did, therefore your entire squad is dead or captured or whatever you want to say. I mean, it was quick, it's efficient, it got it over with, and the combat back then was pretty brutal, right? It was just like grenades thrown, machine guns fired at point blank range. Jesse Torres, hello. Thank you so much for being a member. Help support the channel. Really appreciate you. Because of you and people like you, it's how I continue to grow to get more models and do more recordings and justify to the higher powers, my wife, that this is worth continuing. So thank you so much, Jesse. Really appreciate it. And I hope you're still enjoying the content. And if you're not, I would love to know why and what I could do to improve to win you back. That's what I hope that everyone like understands is if someone doesn't like something I'm doing, I really want to know because I really want to try to create the content that you guys enjoy. So if there's something that needs to change that you're just thoroughly not enjoying, I can try to make it happen. I'm not saying it's going to be a guarantee that I can, but I'll definitely try my best. Jesse, awesome. Thank you so much for that. My day's going well. I just got a nice new haircut, so I'm looking fresh as heck and painting some models. So going to be heading out of here in a little bit just because I have to go get my wife's birthday present from the kids. Gotta get that figured out for them. But I'm liking this. I'm liking just kind of chilling here, vibing, and just painting some models while we just chat about Warhammer or chat about whatever the heck you guys want. It's a lot of fun. It beats the loneliness of oh shoot. I painted this the wrong color. The downside of talking. I think it could be okay. I think it should be okay. We'll find out. Those are supposed to be wooden spokes, not metal. Come on. All right. Thanks a lot for stopping by. I hope you continue to enjoy the channel. Take care. No, that's completely fine. My schedule is a little bit different. I work 4 on, 4 off, so this just has to be one of those days. It's just ran where like I can get like a Monday to Thursday off, or I can get a weekend off. It's just the way it is. Steve H, the old world does rule. 100%. Thank you so much for being a member. Hope you're still enjoying the content. Yes, I'm glad you could say hi as well. Very nice to meet you, and hopefully we'll see you around in the future. Gorgrunta, where are you? There you are. All right, let's see if I screwed this up too much where I got to paint over it. No, I think it might be okay. We'll see how it dries. But that was my boo-boo. Luckily with the contrast, at least it's not a super dark color. So I think it will adhere fine. It may have a little bit of a metal undertone, which I think I can live with. Thank you, Dan Brooks. I will pass it on to her when she is home. She just has to work today, but then she's off tomorrow. Part one of her gift is that she is going to a Blink 182 concert tomorrow. And then I did take her to, she's a really big Buffalo Bills fan. So I took her to go for a tour of the stadium last week when we still had really nice warm weather. So she enjoyed that. Now I was going to get her something from the kiddos. And of course, naturally being a child, you have no idea what you want. So you have to go look at every single store and see if they can find something for her. But that's okay. Maybe we can use this as an excuse to have dinner with my kids out. Go for a nice little meal. I will be happy when this artillery crew is done because this has taken way longer than I thought I was going to do, or way longer than it was going to be to get this crew painted. The one thing I love about the new kits that GW releases is how like beautiful they look. The one thing I don't like about them is that everything is so detailed. There's so much to paint, so everything takes a little bit longer to paint. I'm also not the fastest at it, but still, overall, the kits are amazing. I can't go to mini wargaming today, Dale, but thank you for tuning in. I have my kiddos, and my wife is working late tonight, so I have them. I mean, Dale, if you're available to commission some doing some painting, that would help me out a lot. That's for sure. Very nice. Very, very cool. No, I haven't played. Honestly, I haven't played 2600. Um I've done 25 and I've done 3K. I haven't done anything. I haven't done like an in between. I heard that they were doing that over in Europe there at some of the tournament scenes. Dale, if you have time, if you are available to do commission work, I have some stuff that needs to be painted. Dale does do great work. I'm also convinced that draw is rigged. I have not won a single time yet. That's baloney. Yeah, everyone, don't forget, if you, for any reason, don't know who or what Mountain Managers is with Steve and Luca, go check them out. They do live streams, and today there's going to be one at 5:30 today. I don't know what they're playing or anything, but I'm sure it's going to be a good match. If you're also looking for other old world content as well, again, I'm all about promoting everyone that I can that makes old world content. Go check out the Hobby Jerks. They also do live stream battle reports. They're not more. They're more like they don't have like a set schedule. Also, they work full time, so I think it's whenever they can get a match in. But go check them out. That's the Hobby Jerks. They do great content too. What's some other channels that you guys watch? What's on your rotation of old world content? I'm always adding to mine. Always like finding new stuff out there. I know people are gonna be like, you shouldn't be trying to get your people to find other channels content. I was like, man, that's not why I'm here. We're here for a good time. Yeah, I talk with Rich from Dios Dark from time to time. He's a good guy. I like him. I like him a lot. I was like checking out, getting his opinion on dwarfy things. As I tend to play dwarfs probably the most out of any other faction. So I always talk to him for ideas. Very, very knowledgeable over there. And for any of those interested as well, I do just play video games as well. You can always hit me up to play a video game. I play a lot of like Warhammer related stuff, Old World, Dawn of War. I do stream that for like just like a members only thing. So if you want to see that kind of stuff or want to play a game, just let me know. Hop on over to my Discord. That is, however, unfortunately for members only. But yeah, we get that going there. I am so happy with what they did with Total War. Like I feel like that got a lot of people inspired to like play Old World. That was a very smart marketing play on behalf of GW. Very, very, very smart. I mean, if they do, yeah, Squarebase is good. Hey, Sasha, how's it going? Yeah, yeah. I know, I know. I gotta get this going, guys. I gotta focus. Gotta get on streaming now. I gotta paint an entire Cathay army. Oh, not entire. I got some stuff done already. I am hoping by the end of the month, Cathay will get their chance to make an appearance on the videos for Black Social Studios. So I'm pretty excited about that. And if all of the stars align, we are going to be announcing something very cool going on towards the end of the month as well. Again, if all the stars align. So we shall see. But also, guys, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that's support us by either watching our videos, being a member, anything like that. I don't know if you guys know this, but we are one of the fastest growing old world content channels right now going on in the world. One of the fastest growing. It's insane. I was told this by another streamer or another YouTuber, sorry. Kind of blew my mind when they said that. It's very, very, very nice to hear. Hello, Anubis. Hello. Glad to always have a friend from Germany watching the streams. Germany is definitely a country I want to go back to. I haven't been there since I was a kid, so it's been a very, 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 very long time. We have lots of family that are in the Netherlands. So we did a hop, skip, and jump when I was younger over. Yeah, exactly. Have some character, right? I want people to see that we're having fun. That's the main thing. Is I don't. You're right. Like I want to know that my opponent and when I'm watching a video that both people there are enjoying themselves making this content. Because if you're just doing it just for the sake of doing it, and you're not really super passionate, it definitely kind of shows in your content you're creating. So I hope that's not the case when you watch my videos, Dale. I hope you can see that the passion is there with myself and my members. Obviously, the people that I'm playing against, sometimes they're not on camera all that much, so they kind of get a little bit nervous when they're there, which is completely understandable for the first little bit when you're doing that kind of stuff. But I just want you guys to know that everyone that comes on the channel, we are extremely passionate about the old world. The Imperishable channel, never heard that one. I'll go check that one out. As the young people say, Aussie, Riz. You're saying I've got the Riz, eh? Or at least the channel has the Riz. I think they're just really nervous about saying something they shouldn't say, but then they don't realize that I can just go in there and edit anything out. So they don't have to worry about anything. But the more that I get them on the channel, the more that I get them on the channel, the more they start opening up. Like I remember the first time Patty came on, he was very like didn't say much, just like focused on the game, which is cool, man. Like it's awesome. I get that you're nervous, you've done this before, but every time he comes on, like he's cracking more jokes, he's having more fun. So it's just a comfort thing will come. Oh, Sasha, get over it. I'm, I'm just a nobody. I'm a nobody, and I'm cool with that. It makes it a lot more fun when you're just nobody. For the Skaven video, that'd be Gavin. Gavin's great if that's the guy you're talking about. Yeah, Gavin's a good guy. Listen, I think I mentioned before, but I am super, super lucky to have the gaming group that I have. Everyone is a great person to play against. Yeah, exactly. Like it is what it is. It's and they're starting to understand that it's just like it's as much as I'm making this channel, this is going on there, and they don't want us to do anything that's going to jeopardize the channel. But I'm like, just be yourself. Like everyone that I have is a good dude. I have zero concerns about anything. So as they get more and more on the channel, they'll find their groove. Because you gotta remember, people like Steve and Luca and like Cullen and all those guys from like Mountain Miniatures Media Wargaming, they've been doing this for years. They have the experience, so they're so used to being in front of a camera. I'm sure when they first got on, they probably weren't, or when they first got in front of a camera, they probably weren't the most comfortable. It was a little awkward. Just comes with time and experience. That's all. When the first time Steve put me on camera, it was on one of his handheld bat reps. I felt like I was so nervous. I'm like, oh my goodness, okay, just say this, don't talk too much. Now that when I go on camera, I just realized that I'm having a good time. Yeah, exactly, Dale. Super long time doing this stuff. So they have plenty of experience, and like I said, my crew will get that experience eventually. It's just going to take a little bit longer because we don't pump out the content like they do. And being able to play with the same person every single day, like with Luca as like Luca and Steve, they have that amazing rapport because they've been doing it for so long together. So eventually, all these streamers, everything, all these newer streamers will all get there eventually. Just gotta put the reps in. That's all it is. But overall, you guys with the comments and everything you guys say about the videos, seems like you guys are really enjoying it, and that's what keeps me going, guys. To be honest, I love hearing that you guys are enjoying them. So please be vocal about stuff in the comments. Like I love to, like, if there's anything that you're saying that I'm doing wrong or something you don't like, let me know. Because I kept said it before, but I want to make the best content I can for you guys. Because that's who I'm making. That's who I'm doing this for. Yeah, they have that. They have a really good dynamic. Don't forget 5:30 today at Mountain Miniatures for the stream. If you guys want to see some live stream old world games, check them out. 5:30 Mountain Miniatures. $100%. And I'll get there eventually. I'll get to hopefully the level that Steve and Luca are at eventually. It's just all about putting the reps in. Ah, thanks, Ozzy. A lot of doing the camera work and stuff and being like a personality is also just trying to um like you try to engage with your guests as much as you can. That's why, like, if I see someone that's kind of like, you can tell they're a little bit not comfortable, you just keep asking them questions, get them engaged, get them used to talking on camera, and then eventually they just feel like, okay, well, this isn't bad at all, and then they start opening up and they start engaging, and that's all you gotta do is just kind of find a way to get them to open up on camera. Because imagine you're sitting there playing and like you may not know the rules 100%, and there's just some person with a camera that's recording you. It's not, the camera's not even on the person, like the camera's not even on me, so you don't even see my face. It's all on them. They're the real personalities because you're seeing their face, not mine. I'm just a voice behind the camera for now. Do you remember the A Christmas Carol with the Muppets? That was always good memories for me. That was a great show when I was a kid. A great movie. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, you're right, actually. I heard they're remaking the Christmas Carol, actually, with the Muppets. So naturally, it won't be as good because that was such a classic. But it also really makes me sad that I'm not young anymore. Just an old man who plays with toys. And you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. Sebastian, welcome back. Thanks, man. Yes. Looking good. Exactly, Sasha. Wars of Chaos. Wars of Chaos. I saw that when I was a kid. I'm like, oh man, that's the most badass looking thing I've ever seen. And then, yeah, and that's what got me into it. It wasn't even so much about. I guess in like sixth edition, it wasn't. Well, there was Wars Chaos, but it was like the Ravening Hordes or whatever. So you got to like mix and match your army with demons and demons, beastmen, and chaos, Warriors of Chaos, because you were able to like whatever was your general, like everything was like core or whatever it was, and it changed that way. That's what got me into it for sure. What about you, Dan? What army got you really into fantasy? What time tomorrow, Dale? You guys playing two games? Oh, I guess you'll stay for the channel a little bit, and you're also coming from a decent distance away, so that makes sense. Just trying to think if I can make it there. I can probably swing by for a bit. I just have got the kiddos after school, and then I have to go wish my father a happy birthday because it was his birthday recently too. So I gotta go make it. But yeah, I could probably make it over there. Anubis, are you also taking part in the? Are you playing for Team Germany? Do we have a couple of world tournament participants here? Oh boy. Well, I wish you both the best of luck. When is the actual event? When is that being held? Oh, the Skaven player. Interesting. I like it. I like that you're running like a. Do they are now? What's the rules used for Skaven? Are they allowing the Renegade pack, or is it just base Skaven? Well, I don't really know how much they're asking about my opinion, but I am very happy that we have some world tournament participants on this channel. That's dope. I like that. Let's go. I mean, they've clearly seen me play Steve and seen that I've never lost against Steve, so they want my opinion from the master. No. Fluke wins. Fluke wins. No, it was the classic um you were always looking for like the most badass thing when you were younger, and Warriors of Chaos was kind of fit that motif. See, that's awesome to hear because a lot of people keep saying on all these boards, "Oh, Skaven are underpowered. Skaven are underpowered." It's even before the Renegade packs came out. I played a couple rounds of Skaven and I won with them as well. I didn't find them being. I get like the forced unit comp may have been frustrating for some, like where you had to really like kind of dive in and get a character for each different clan you were kind of want to represent on the table. But overall, I thought their rules were always kind of okay. Like I didn't think they were. I didn't think they were like top tier, but I definitely didn't think they were as bad as people are saying they are now. I do chalk that up to a bunch of people that say that. It's just because they haven't really. They're so used to playing something a certain way that when the change comes out, they just get angry because it's not the way that they played for X amount of years. Now they're being told or forced to kind of having to change their tactics, and they kind of don't like it. So they're still hanging on to the old ways. This is all just speculation. I mean, just talking on my butt, but this is kind of what I kind of experienced in playing a bunch of different systems now. Is anytime there's change that something isn't what they used to do, they just get stubborn. They become stubborn. They become a dwarf and don't want to change their ways. And then just complain when something's not working like it used to. It's like, yeah, because the game's evolved and you gotta kind of change. Gotta be open to change. Change is good. Keeps things fresh. Again, this is the opinions of one person, one Canadian. And if you don't like my opinion, take it with Dale. Yeah, I'm loving Skaven. I think they're super fun to play. I also like armies that have very random kind of stuff. I do wish they did bring back more of the Skaven-esque rolling for stuff. Like now, like the Rattling guns and all those other cool toys that all had like their unique tables. That was really fun back in the day. So oh, that's really good to come out with that with oh my god, 5 pillars. That's crazy. But that's the thing. There's always ways I find to beat an army. I don't think any army is unplayable or unable to win a game. I think if you and every I think every army out there you fight has a counter. It may not be the way that you want to play your army, unfortunately, which just goes along the lines of you need to like adapt and be able to change on the fly, instead of just being stuck in your ways and playing the same list over and over and over again. Like you have to be able to change it up based on who you're playing or whatever the scenario is going to be. That's if you care about winning. If you just care about having a good time, then that shouldn't matter to you at all if you lose. It's all about having a great time with your opponent. And don't get me wrong, I know that like if you're constantly getting stomped, that's not fun either, even if you're just having a fun game. So change things up a little bit. Switch it up. Play the style that maybe you don't find that interesting. Maybe that'll end up piquing your interest. Need to pick up some more of that today. Thought I heard my kid screaming. That's the Spirit of Anubis. Now, I definitely appreciate that they're allowing, because I know like GW sanction events, they don't allow any of the Renegades. So I'm really happy that this event you're going to is allowing the Renegades. I think it just adds more of a like different profile to like more how to explain it, different options to play against instead of just the same 9 or whatever it is that we have. I really hope they fold more of those into the old world because I like the variety of armies that we play against. Oh, I didn't do bugger. Damn, Brooks, what did you retract? Can I see it? Can I see what you retracted? I Does anybody know what Steve and Luca are playing today? I'm actually interested to see which army I can guess is going to win. Hard to guess though. They play such different comps all the time. It's hard to really know who's going to come on top with. Them's fighting words, damn. Wait, I'm pretty sure orcs and goblins aren't exactly the smelling like a bed of roses. Okay. Oh, that's a pretty cool matchup. I dig that. Do rat ogres have any place in a Skaven tournament list at all? I'm gonna say probably not. I just don't think they have the punching power, but I could be wrong. I mean, I kind of get with the change to frenzy of them not wanting you to take frenzy only because it's so easily baited out. So I can see that being a problem with you being kind of led around or suckered into a really crappy charge. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like unless you're going up against, I don't know, like what Empire Halberdiers with a 6-up save. Because like even if you go up against a hand weapon shield T3 model now, like you're gonna be without armor bane. They have 4-up save now, light armor shield. So it's really rough for anything that has no AP built into it going into anything now. You're right, Sebastian. Because I'm always thinking about like not necessarily the tournament style. So my background is very minimal in that. So there are ways of cheesing so the frenzy doesn't kind of come out. Yeah, that's a good call. Still, just putting some cheap swarms there. Yeah, not overly like happy with Storm Vermin and their damage output. I've been playing a lot. Like I've been trying to stay away from Clan Pestilence the last little bit when I do my skating videos, only because I feel like Clan Pestilence is like a lot of people tend to do Clan Pestilence. So I was trying to do something a little bit different. But Clan Pestilence is by far my favorite clan to do for Skaven. I love the Censer Bearers. I love the Plague Monks. All that stuff is so cool. Yep. They are quite expensive for what they are. That's for sure. Now, what's your favorite weapon team to run? If you do run weapon teams, I'm not sure if that's like a tournament, like a smart tournament choice or not, but I like the Rattling gun. I like the Doom Flare. Doom Flare is pretty nice. That's the issue with them. Like you'll like at that point, Sebastian, do you ever run them in marching formation and drill just to get you up the table a little bit faster off the hop, or do you just always just keep them in standard formation? I've always kind of been interested about the idea of the marching column with dwarves. Yeah, that's fair. Now I can't remember. Does the warp grinder give you any additional like to come up from ambush? Does it give any bonus? Yeah, for sure. All right, everyone. I gotta get some dinner made for my kiddos. We're gonna head out. So thank you so much for joining me. This was awesome to kind of sit and chat while I paint a little bit. We'll do more of this in the future, and I hope that those that are participating in WTC, the best of luck. And yeah. So again, everyone, it's Josh from Black Social Studios. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Happy wargaming, everyone.